What's up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in again. It's your boy Darkrise. I think it's time I tell you guys why I hate the Kia Stinger, and it's not just one reason, it's actually a few. And the last one's actually gonna surprise you. Why I hate the Kia Stinger. So many of you guys know this is my second Kia Stinger, so I think I'm the best candidate to explain some stuff that I do hate about it, since I'm pretty experienced and I've ran through two of them at this point. My previous one was a 2020 GT2 black with red guts, and then this is a GTS 2019, so this is pretty much just a rarer spec. There are some components this one's missing compared to a GT2, but that's the sacrifice when you're trying to get a rare spec GTS. But I need my fellow Stinger bros to go comment down below and let me know some stuff that I may have not experienced but you guys have, and you guys hate that about your guys' Kia Stinger. But before the video continues, I gotta go drop off your guys' orders. I gotta tell you guys thank you so much to everybody who supports the channel and picks up something. Quick update about the jet tag giveaway. So the winner will be announced in the next video, so you still have chances if you guys want to enter. Go pick yourself up a jet tag. Picking up a jet tag gets you the option to win a rear diffuser, front lip. You could get the ambient lighting system or the wireless Apple CarPlay with YouTube and Netflix. So go get yourself a jet tag, represent your guys' culture, which is KDN. Quick remote start. I know you guys want to hear how this car sounds. The resonators are back in because the drone was insane. Ooh, little pop, nothing major. Still sounds good though. You can still hear those turbos, although the resonators are back. The first thing I hate about the Kia Stinger would have to be the random rattle noises this car makes. Let me show you guys real quick. But the sunroof makes a bunch of rattling noises. The rear trunk makes some rattling noises. There are a few ways of addressing that. I'm gonna show you the quick way of addressing it. Is literally putting an exhaust so you can't hear it no more other than your exhaust. So check it. So that's my fix. The other way of fixing it is actually getting to the bolts and, you know, screwing them down, and then also to the trunk, try to figure it out. There are a couple videos on how to fix it. I'm just too lazy to try to find which bolt it is that's causing that issue. Number one thing I hate, there's just a lot of rattling noises. I feel like I'm in a 1990s car. Another way of addressing that is literally just putting the volume up. That's like literally the other way, because honestly it's annoying, just the rattle when you have people in the cabin with you and they're hearing it. It's kind of embarrassing, honestly. Oh, I love this car. Oh snap, that one was loud. Time for a pull. Damn, bro. This thing picks up. Damn, bro, I gotta turn that off. Yo, that thing was loud. Accidentally took the wrong street and there's a couple potholes, but I'm gonna show you guys how much rattle there is. Yeah, it's outrageous. It's annoying. If anybody knows the quick solution to this, please let me know, because I'm annoyed of it. This is one thing I really dislike, and I had the same issue with the GT2. I'm now kind of like, damn, I wish I didn't have the sunroof option. Taking it on that dirt road made the car get so dirty, dude. The hood especially, it's so dusty now. But another reason why I hate the Kia Stinger is actually the headlights. I don't know what material or what type of paint they used for a clear coat. I had to get this one redone because it was pretty bad. So this one's, you know, looking good again. But this one is getting bad pretty fast. In the last video I did on restoring those headlights, this one wasn't that bad, but now you're starting to see all of the little clear coats starting to like fade out, and it's gonna eventually get pretty hazy, and I just hate that about it. This car is not that old to be getting bad that fast. It's really starting to look like a 1990s car with the headlights all hazed up. Luckily it's a quick fix, but like this should not be happening, especially on a car that's from 2019. Definitely have to go wash this bad boy now because this thing is so dusty, bro. I don't know what's up with the hood though. The type of vinyl the guy used just picks up dirt so fast, and I hate it because it says gloss black, but that's gloss black. Even when this thing's clean, it doesn't look as glossy as like that or that. Like this is paint. This looks pretty like dual. This almost looks like a satin black when it's clean, but this is gloss black. This thing is filthy. Look at that. Look at how much dirt is in there. It's insane. Look at that. That's gross. Actually getting this car ready for the KTM cruise. If you guys are gonna be there on Saturday, hit me up on DMs. Maybe we could ride there. And I'm actually gonna be having the license plate frames for sale there at a discount. They're gonna be $30. I'm gonna have the Get Stung as well as the KTM built license plate frame covers. So if you guys want to purchase one, you can get it there. For another thing that I hate about the Kia Stinger, it has to be the wheel fitment. So this thing has some weird particular offset. For some reason they don't have the front and rears the same, which would have been awesome. But then also the offsets that they choose for the rear are like a number that only a few companies make, which is like the best offset is 38 offset in any size. That's gonna get you the most flush. Right here, this is a 40 offset rim with about a 3 mil spacer. I think that's a 3 mil or 2.5, but that's just to get it to where the rim is lined up with the fender. This is like the best look in my opinion. As for the front should be about a 25 to 28 offset. This one has a 8 mil spacer up in the front. The offsets on this one is a 35, but that's what I'm talking about. For some reason Stinger couldn't get the offsets right, and you literally either have to get custom wheels, which is pretty pricey, or you buy yourself some expensive wheels from Japan. That makes it very difficult trying to find the best wheels for the Kia Stinger. Like I said, these are Rohanas. These are pretty expensive, and I think these were custom built because the offsets on these I couldn't find anywhere on their website. But these are 40 up in the rear, and then up in the front is a 35, but they both have spacers, so that's just to get it to where to me it's like perfect. But that's one thing that really sucks, because the next closest option is getting like a 35 or jumping to a 40. But then when you do 40s, then you got to add a spacer, right? And if you do 35, you might poke out too much where you're gonna have to sacrifice your alignment, and you're gonna be, you know, tearing up them tires. So that's one thing that really sucks about these, because when I go shopping, I wanted to buy some wheels. All the wheel specs are either 35 or 40 for the rear, and then as for the fronts, jumping to a 25 to 30. So when it comes to buying the wheels, usually trying to find a pair of matching wheels with different offsets is really hard to like find. If you want to do, like for example me, I want to do some 18 by 8.5 up in the front with something like a 30 offset, and then in the rear doing something with a 38 offset with 9.5 rims with the same face is very hard to like find. I can't find any brands that do that unless I do a custom build, and I really don't want to spend $500 per wheel. Let me know what wheels and offsets you're running on your car, because like I said, I'm trying to find some new 18s on this because these are 20s, and I'm pretty tired of the setup that currently has. Check it out, I just wrapped one side of the headlights, so this is how it came out. I did this with the old Stinger. I was like, you know what, I should do it with this one. It makes it look more menacing. It removes that amber on the side. So that little edit leads me to my next point, which is the amount of fuel this car wastes. Some 87, psych. This car wastes way too much fuel for the amount of power it makes. It does have a small tank, but regardless, this thing's MPG is pretty trash. I mean, I'd understand if it's tuned, modded out, then I guess I'd accept that, but stock, this thing just wastes way too much gas. So that has to be another reason why I would hate the Kia Stinger. There you go, 13 gallons, 63 bucks, and that's every 4 days. The Raptor, on the other hand, lasts me like a week to maybe even 2 weeks sometimes. And that thing makes way more power. It's a bigger truck. So that really makes this Kia Stinger, honestly, suck. Now maybe if this thing had a 20-gallon fuel cell, in that case it may have been better, but still, the range that this thing gets is pretty bad. Here's one more. I don't hate my 2.0 Stinger fans, and I don't hate my premium edition fans. Like, I got my boy Evan with a premium and he modded his out pretty sick. But what I hate is when people race those guys and they gap the shit out of them, and then they be posting like, oh, I destroyed a Kia Stinger the other day, I would destroy yours. And I'm like, bro, the one you raced was a 2.0, not a 3.3. But people outside of the Stinger realm don't see the difference. They all look the same. Literally the only difference is maybe the headlights, but that's not a dead giveaway, and most people don't have the time to go research what kind of Kia Stingers there are. This car is awesome. Honestly, like, I love the car, but the things I do hate does not outweigh it. Like, I'd still love this car, honestly. It's not as bad as other cars. For the icing and cherry on top, basically the main reason why I hate the Kia Stinger is because of how fucking windy it has to be today. I'm just kidding. But the Stinger community, honestly, is so split apart. You would think having the small car community would bring us all together, but if you enter this thing, you have to choose a side. If you go with the wrong side, you're going to be shit on. People are not gonna like you. You're not gonna get a following, and I've experienced that with 3 of my KDM builds. I appreciate all you guys who support me and watch and, you know, follow me and all that, but I do get a lot of hate, and it's honestly from other Stinger owners. A lot of people talk shit on this platform, and they talk shit within each other, which sucks. If you go with the wrong tuner, you're gonna get trashed on. If you go with the wrong body kit, you're gonna get trashed on. If you fucking put the wrong size rims, you're gonna get shit on. So it sucks. You would think we would be supporting each other since we're such a small community. Literally go to my comment section. I'm sure people are gonna be talking. Like, if you accidentally take a picture and your car has a piece of bird shit on it, you're gonna get trashed on by the same folks that have the same car as you. If the color of your car doesn't match theirs, they're gonna talk shit. So that's the thing that sucks. You would think because we have such a small community that we would support one another, but that is not the case. We get shit on, bashed on. If you're not repping the same brand as them, you're gonna get shit on, and it sucks. I remember on my old Kia Stinger when I installed the facelifted taillights, I got so much shit. I got shit on. The comment section was pretty outrageous, and all the posts that I was doing with them, people were talking mad smack, and I'm like, bro, let me mod my car my way. I had to hop back in the car because the wind is just outrageous today. Like, I'm talking to you one-on-one right now. So I experienced this with my first Kia Stinger. When I got on the platform, I did my first post, and then I modded it a little bit, and the first things I did to it, I got a lot of shit on. I understand if it's coming from people with like Mustangs or cars that are not Kia Stingers, but I was getting a lot of shit on from Stinger folks. Like, people were making Reddits and talking shit, and like, well, not making Reddits about me, but on their little forums talking shit on me. I've had people send me screenshots of people talking smack just because I didn't go with the same brand that they went with, and I'm just like, bro, there's so much hate in this small community, and that's why the KDM scene or the Stinger scene never really blew up. Like, if you look at BMW owners, if you look at Mustang owners, yeah, people have different mods, but they kind of support one another and they follow and watch each other's content. But in the Stinger realm, it's either you watch this YouTuber, you watch me, you watch this other guy. Perfect example, Twin Turbo. I remember people were talking shit on me. I remember people would be talking shit on me, and then I would look at my comment section talking shit about him, and I had nothing to do with that. But I was just like, bro, he doesn't have a Stinger anymore. He moved on to something else, and it looks like he's doing much better, and I applaud him for that. And I kind of had hope. That's why I kept holding on to the Stinger community, but I could see why he may have left. Stinger scene is not the best. Could be an example of that. Once I started with the first Stinger, it never really grew from there. Like, this is probably the most you're gonna get. So if you plan on making content with your Stinger, I wish you the best of luck. If you do pretty good, I would actually like take some notes. That's pretty, you know, that's pretty good for you. But I just don't see the community getting better and people helping one another. A lot of gatekeepers in this community, which sucks. But I am thankful for all of you guys, all the people who watch me, all the people who support, who comment, who do all that kind of stuff. This whole channel is about helping each other out with Kia Stingers. Like, I make content for you guys to watch so that you guys could have an idea of what you want to do your Stinger, or how to do it, or, you know, installs and that type of good stuff. But that's the number one thing I hate the most about owning a Kia Stinger. Comment down below if I missed anything, if you guys have another reason on why you guys hate your guys' Kia Stinger. That's gonna be it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.